Bruce here, Brothers of Deconstruction. You know who I am, because it's on the hat. You know who we are, because you're on the channel. But I wasn't lying when I said I was going to try to put more content on the channel going forward. You know, once again, we got a nice little setup going. So here we go. This is an idea that I've been talking to my brother about for a while, but I just could never. I've been lazy, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to, you know, shoot a video for it. So I decided to sit down, actually try to be professional, get myself some notes here. But the topic that I had was like 5 things currently going on with movies, with the way that they're presented to us or to me personally, that I think need to stop. The first, these are in no particular order or anything, but the first thing that's really annoying me is announcing a release date for the movie before you have anything in place. No actors, no director, no start of filming date, no script. Like, movies have been, like, lately, it's just like, this movie's coming out this day. Like, 2 big examples that I have is Dawn of Justice. They announced that was originally coming out July 17th, 2015. Then they pushed it back to May 6th, 2016. And if you know anything, that's when Civil War came out. And, like, okay, I will give Marvel a pass because they have everything so planned out diligently that they got their directors already lined up. They got their people writing the scripts already. They have their actors locked in for multi-movie deals. So it's not really, you know, when it's like, hey, this movie's coming out this day, that it's coming out that day, barring some just something like going on. It's like, oh, we had to stop filming because there's a natural disaster type of deal. But Marvel sticks to their timeline, so I will give them a pass. But, you know, but with Dawn of Justice, it was supposed to come out when Civil War did, but then it's like, oh, it's probably not a good idea, so they moved it back to March 25th, 2016, which is when it came out. And it's just, you know, that's 3 different days from when you announce, hey, we're making this movie. And I don't think they had anything in place when they announced that date outside of, you know, Henry Cavill as Superman, Clark Kent, and so on and so forth. So it's stupid to announce a date before you have anything lined up. Like, also, Saban's Power Rangers, July 22nd, 2016. They had a press release and everything. It was like, this movie's coming out this day. And they did not announce any cast until May of 2014 was like the first time. It was like, hey, this is who's playing Dockery, however you say his name, Montgomery, this is who's playing Jason. Or, I don't even think he was the first one. I think Naomi Scott was the first cast member. But that, when you was like, this movie's coming out this day, and then you sit on it, and then it's like, oh, well, maybe we should start announcing some stuff, or at least start pushing forward with production of this movie. We already have a date where you give yourself a timeline, like, that you have to adhere to. Just, like, stop that and just go on about your day. It was like, okay, this movie's coming out. Don't give a release date. I don't ever recall when movies went into pre-production, at least in my younger years, that the date was already announced before anything. I mean, the day that we live in with the internet and everybody needs to be tuned in. Yes, but once again, you're giving yourself a timeline that, if not met, can be disastrous. The second one, this one really annoys me, is teaser trailers. I don't generally like teaser trailers. It's, first off, a trailer is something that teases a movie. So why are you taking a bunch of scenes that have nothing to do with each other or don't really outline anything and throwing them out there? Just like, look, okay, I get wanting to get footage of your movie out. I remember when I was little, I forgot what VHS was attached to. It was the first Power Rangers movie. It was like, at the end of this VHS, there's going to be a sneak peek of the new Power Rangers movie, where it's just some finished scenes, some behind the scenes, like during the filming of the movie and everything. And they just put that out there, and that does more to tease me for, I can't wait till that trailer comes out. I can't wait to see what that movie's like. Or, you know, and then when that movie, it's like, how about we just go back to calling them sneak peeks? It's like, this is a sneak peek, because then you don't have to follow the guidelines of a standard trailer. You don't have to put anything about the movie out there out of context. You can just, hey, throw in some behind the scenes, the filming of the scenes and whatnot. And just let us know, it's like, hey, we're making progress. Instead, here's a completed scene that we can. It's kind of like the San Diego Comic-Con trailers. You're just putting it out there to let you know, hey, we got some stuff filmed. I have no problem with that. I don't really care to see any of the Comic-Con trailers, but you're just putting it out there that you have some stuff filmed. And that's, you don't, just call it a sneak peek. Stop calling it a teaser trailer, because don't tease me for a tease. And this one is more on, no, this is more on journalistic and announcing. Can we go back to calling stuff that's a remake? Can everything stop being a reboot? Like, RoboCop was a remake, not a reboot. RoboCop had a friend. RoboCop might have been a reboot, but it was more of a remake. Like, if you're going back to the beginning, now, Batman Begins, that's a reboot. I guess Superman Returns was a reboot, but it was so in love with the first Superman movie, it might. But Amazing Spider-Man was a reboot, and Spider-Man Homecoming, not really a reboot. It's more of a homecoming. He's now in the Marvel universe, but they have to establish him in that universe. So just start calling stuff a remake. That's a remake. Ghostbusters, that was a remake. Don't come call it a reboot. That was a remake. Let's give stuff the name that it so richly deserves. It's a remake if you're telling the same story that's been told already. You're recasting everything. Like Psycho, that was a remake. No one called it a reboot because it wasn't really rebooting. Yeah, if it's not rebooting the universe that's already existed, like if there's no coherent timeline in each movie, then you go back to the beginning to start over so you can tell that story again and then take it in a different direction. That's a reboot. If you're just taking a movie and remaking it with different actors, hence the title, a remake. It's a remake. Stop calling everything a reboot. The Power Rangers movie was not a reboot. Everyone kept calling it a reboot. It didn't. Power Rangers wasn't a movie franchise. It had 2 very unsuccessful movies. It's not a reboot. It's more of an interpretation of a TV show. Like, you didn't call Chips a reboot of Chips, or Starsky and Hutch a reboot of Starsky and Hutch. They were Starsky and Hutch movies. This was a Power Ranger movie. Stop labeling everything a reboot. Can we also, while we're at it, stop announcing sequels to movies that aren't even out yet? Remember, it's like, look at it. It is a 2-part story. They did not announce a sequel until they knew that it did well. Movies are just like, hey, now that this movie is out, the sequel, because like it's inherent. Yeah, most movies are going to make their budget back, but just because you make your budget back and a little bit more, that is not enough for a sequel. Like, you have to make a good movie in order for you to even start moving forward on the sequel. How about we make sure that people like your movie before you make a sequel to it? There's a lot of terrible one-off movies that you're already planning sequels for. I don't want to see a sequel of a movie that I didn't like in the first place. And this really needs to stop. Not everything needs a universe. Not every film franchise needs a shared universe. I enjoyed the hell out of Kong Skull Island. I really did. Do I want to see a universe of all the Godzilla, Kong, and so on? Not really. I could see those movies individually. They do not all have to tie in. There's enough want there for those each individual franchises to make me want to see those movies. It's not like, wait, I wasn't going to see a Godzilla movie, but now he's fighting King Kong, and I really want to see that movie. It wasn't something that I was thinking. It was The Mummy. They just just recast that and decided to give it a shared universe, and that movie was terrible. That's so don't announce a shared universe for a movie and then it's just like the movie's not even getting a sequel, but you're already setting up that it belongs in a bigger universe. Stop doing that. Not everything needs a universe. Those are my main 5 gripes with current movie making that just really needs to stop. I'll probably be uploading more content. Courtney and I are going to be together at the end of the month, so we're going to start getting some videos of us together to give out to you. I still have an old video of us that's still relevant that I can get at. I just got to get to editing. So this is theBRUCE signing off for the Brothers of Deconstruction.